Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and this is a quick little vlog to bring you up to speed on some of the stuff that's been going on. Now, first of all, I'm going to explain why there hasn't been a Rise of the Redshirt last week or this week. Last week, rather unexpectedly, Cryptic merged their forums with Perfect World, and as a result, if you don't have a Perfect World account, you can't post. Now, usually I lurk there, but I do post. I visit those forums. I've always visited those forums fairly regularly, and it was a really good way to sort of gauge the state of the game and what the developers were working on and how far along they were. And I figured, you know, it was inevitable that we were going to have to merge our accounts anyway, so I figured I'd just get it over with and deal with it. And as an added bonus, because I take online surveys and such, and these have prizes that you can earn, like gift cards, like $25 gift cards for GameStop. So what I figured I would do is I figured I would get these gift cards, take them to GameStop, and buy a Zen card with them, so that that way I don't have to actually give Perfect World my numbers, if you know what I mean. I don't actually have to give them like my credit card numbers or what have you. I can just go to a GameStop, buy a prepaid Zen card, convert that the Zen to C points, and yeah, there you go. And use those cards to supplement the refined dilithium that I have. So I linked it after deleting all of my old billing information, because I don't want Perfect World to have my numbers. I don't really find Perfect World to be very trustworthy. They have a very bad reputation, so I decided that for the time being, I wasn't going to be giving them any access to my old billing records. So I deleted my billing information, and I connected my account. I linked my Cryptic account to Perfect World. And I played some Stowe, I did some doffing, I did some special task forces, and then I hit the hay. I was angry that I had to do it. I was really angry that they'd forced this transition on us with no advance warning whatsoever. Most of the community was as well. For the better part of a week, pretty much the entire board was covered with just thread after thread of vitriol, as well as spam topics. Well, which was hilarious in a very sad way, where you started seeing spam bots advertising hacked goods on the Star Trek Online forums. Cue the people going, "I told you so." Yeah, they did. But the next day, I went to log into the forums, and it started rejecting my login information. It's like, your username or password is incorrect. Please try again. Your username or password is incorrect. Da-da-da-da-da. And I would try and log in over and over and over and over again, and it would keep rejecting it. And I tried logging in to the site. And I used my account name, because you have to use your new Perfect World account name to log in. So before anybody goes, well, maybe you were just misspelling it, I wasn't. I was using my account name because I had saved it in Firefox. And I had written it down as well. So my account name, I tried my account name and my password on the Star Trek Online site, didn't work. I tried it on the forums, didn't work. I tried it on Perfect World site, didn't work. At that point, I was really worried, so I tried the launcher, and it works in the launcher. So I know it's not something on my end at this point. I know it's not something on my end, because that same account name and password that their website keeps rejecting, that is my account name and password. That is the account name and password I chose. It is correct. But it keeps getting rejected from everywhere but the launcher. And even in the game client, if I get disconnected from the server for whatever reason, as happens occasionally in Stowe, I can't log back in from the game client. I literally have to exit the client and fire up the launcher again to log back in, and that makes things really difficult for me. It makes changing characters a massive hassle. It makes doing anything with the Foundry a massive hassle. And I did send in a support ticket at the behest of Imveculous. I did finally send it in. And here, let me look at my email really quick. Support Let me look at this. Let me see exactly what the date was when I sent it. PWE customer service, 6/22/12. It is June 25th. They said 3 or 4 business days. Let's see, when was the 22nd? The 22nd was on a Friday. So, let's see. I'm going to give it until... I'm going to give it until... I sent it early in the morning, though. It was early in the morning Friday. So it was literally all day Friday I was waiting. So I'm going to start at about Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to start making daily vlogs because I had this idea. I had this idea in my head where a lot of people, including specific representative on the Stowe forums who will not be named because I respect the man too much to do so. He's done a lot for this community, and he doesn't deserve to have mud slung in his face. So those people who are listening, you know who you are. Don't think that I'm doing this out of spite. But it has been said, as good a guy as this guy is, it has been said that every support ticket you send in does get looked at by somebody with 2 eyes and a pulse at some point with Perfect World. So I'm going to put that to the test. I'm going, once those 3 to 4 business days have passed, I'm going to start making a daily vlog to keep track of how long it's taking to resolve this problem. Because while I do understand that he's got to kind of toe the company line to some degree, it's really, and he is a nice guy, but it's really his word against an ocean of complaints and grievances about the customer service of Perfect World. So I figure this would be an interesting little experiment to see how long it takes to get this fixed, and exactly what the conduct of the customer service is, because a lot of people have said that Perfect World's customer service is really rude. So that's just something I've heard. That's hearsay at this point. I haven't personally experienced that yet, so I'm reserving judgment until it happens. But that's the impression I'm going in here under, because that's what I've heard. But that's not going to be for another couple days, because I'm going to give them, they say 2 to 4 business days, so I'm going to give them that. I'm going to give them that 2 to 4 business days to contact me or resolve this issue. As somebody who has diagnosed problems with equipment, I don't want to be that naggy. I can still log into the game and play it. It's just really hard. And that brings me to something else that I wanted to talk about. I just don't want to. I don't want to be too hassling. Like I want it fixed. I want it fixed. I certainly want it fixed now, because this is because it gets damn near game breaking, and it makes what I want to do with Taurus incredibly difficult. But at the same time, I don't want to be that customer, But moving on, I want to do something with Taurus. I want to do something that I've only done once before in any of my playthroughs, and I have this thing in mind. I have everything, the way everything fits together in my head, and I have the way everything fits together on paper, so to speak. But the thing is, this difficulty with the fact that I can't even log back in from the client means I can't even switch from the Foundry to my own character without having to close the client and restart the launcher. And it makes doing what I want to do for Taurus really difficult. So until this is fixed, and until I can get this done, I think what I'm going to be doing for Rise of the Redshirt is I'm going to be putting the Romulan arc on hold, but I'm not going to be putting Rise of the Redshirt on hold. I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing Foundry missions. I think I said at the top of this season of Rise of the Redshirt that I wanted to do more Foundry stuff, and now I think now that it's kind of a mixed blessing, this problem. Yeah, I'm having it's giving me a lot of problems doing what I want to do for TARS, what I've been wanting to do for a long while, what I wanted to start doing with Rise of the Redshirt, and recently recently worked up the nerve to start doing. But it's also giving me a chance to do a lot of Foundry stuff, so you're going to be seeing that next week. A lot of Foundry stuff. Week after week, and until this is fixed, and until I have this stuff ready, because there's two big things I want to do. Two big things. One is something that is just for Taurus, and the other is for something that's for Rise of the Redshirt in general, that I've been wanting to incorporate into my videos for some time, that I've been wanting to put together and haven't found the time and haven't worked up the nerve to do, because of how it's probably one of the more technical things that I've ever done in terms of video editing, and in terms of just compositing in general. You know, just work, because like part of what I want to do involves a little bit of 3D animation. It involves a little bit of sprite work. You know, it involves capturing footage from the game. It's got all these elements that have to come together, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just haven't worked up the nerve until now. But yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about once I finally do get Taurus out. But until then, I'm going to be doing lots of Foundry stuff. In other news, the Fleet Starbase system is now on Tribble, and I believe I mentioned it in the comments, but I haven't really mentioned it in a video, that me and a few friends who tend to play Star Trek Online a lot with one another have started our own sort of fleet, so that we can take advantage of this Fleet Starbase system, and we can have this place where we can congregate without having to deal with the incredibly bloated and unwieldy social zones that the game has, because it does. Earth space dock is awful, and one of the things that the Fleet Starbases include is a place where you can respec and train your boffs. That is something that one member of our group in particular has been desperately wanting, is somewhere else in the game they can train their boffs, because this one particular member has a really hard time loading Earth space dock, and yeah, a lot of people do. It's really, it's just Earth space dock. I've compared it to Jita from EVE Online before, and it's still like that. It's still like that, because everybody's forced to go through there at some point, multiple times. So it's just constantly bloated. It's constantly slow, and the fact that there are all those wandering NPCs don't really help either. I don't know why Cryptic does that, but anyways, I probably just went into way too much detail about this, but yeah, the reason I'm talking about this, the reason I'm telling you about this fleet we just started, is because as a companion to Rise of the Redshirt, I intend to chronicle the development of our starbase. You know, I'm thinking at least weekly, if not bi-weekly. You know, well, I should flip that around. At least bi-weekly, if not weekly, updates on the state of the starbase, and on the state of our little corner of Star Trek Online that we're gonna have. And that's gonna be sort of a side to Rise of the Redshirt, and it may end up being, I do a Starbase video, I do a Fleet Starbase video, I do an episode of Rise of the Redshirt, I do a Fleet Starbase video, I do an episode of Rise of the Redshirt. I may do it like that. We'll have to see. But yeah, there it is. So those videos are going to start pretty much I'm going to try and be there when the Starbases go live. I'm going to try and be able to record when they go live, so that I can properly introduce you to our new Starbase. Maybe a couple of the fleet members will be there. I'm not sure if they'll be there or not. But yeah. And that's about it. That's about it for this vlog. It's a short but sweet. 15 minutes. I'm not going to go rambling off for like 20, 30 minutes like I usually do in one of these vlogs. But that's about my situation right now. It's really hard for me to log into my... It's impossible for me to log into my account on the Cryptic Forums or Perfect World. I actually had to make a new Perfect World account just to post on the forums. And arguably, it's probably what I should have done to start with. But unfortunately, this also means that I can't even use the Cryptic... I can't even use the method I wanted to employ of buying Zen cards and transferring those and using that Zen on my account. I can't even do that now because of these difficulties. And I'm not the only person who's been having them, apparently. So, yeah. It pretty much sucks. All around. Fucking thing sucks. But, frustration aside, I'm really excited to see the Fleet Star bases, and I'm really excited with what I've heard about Season 7, although we've heard those kinds of promises before. I'm really hoping this time they pan out. We've already seen stuff with the Tholians on Tribble, and you're probably going to see me do some Tholian stuff in the Fleet Starbase series. I haven't come up with a name for it yet. We kind of haven't officially named our fleet yet either. We kind of just have a placeholder name there. We're still coming up with a list. But, yeah. That's about it. That's about it. So, I'm not going to keep you up. I'm not going to keep you here any longer. There is going to be a video uploaded immediately after this that is going to be me taking a tour of one of the Fleet Star bases on Tribble. The Tribble test fleet was kind enough to give me an invite so I could explore their starbase and record a guided tour for you folks. So that's going to be uploaded. If it's not being uploaded as you watch this, it's going to be uploaded very soon. So keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys next week. That's not my sign-off. What the hell? I'll see you guys later. So, later. I need coffee.